sponsored by ATFCU. Pamela Cotton, Vice President of Member Services at ATFCU, has something shiny and new to share with us today. We're excited about this. Pam, ATFCU recently unveiled a new brand look and feel. Can you tell us more about it?
Yeah, Rosie, it's super exciting. Our new icon is a modernized version of our previous triangle, but you'll see some recognizable features in there. The two elements represent our past and where we hope to be in our future. But most importantly, we're using our acronym of ATFCU instead of Austin Telco Federal Credit Union, because we're actually bigger than Austin. We're more of Central Texas and we want to expand. And so we're using that acronym of ATFCU to represent that as well. But the colors, we have a gold that symbolizes optimism. So we love that color. And then we have the history of the blue, except it's a little more vibrant this time and just where we want to be in the future. So it's really exciting.
And you've got an updated website as well.
Absolutely. We've got a fresh new look on the website. We're using the branded new colors all throughout. And our members, existing members, new members to come, they'll have great online experience as well. So it's very user-friendly. We're really excited about it.
Oh, I love this for you. Okay, what inspired your brand refresh and what does this represent for the organization?
Yeah, so when we talk about reflection, we just celebrated 85 years of service.
Congratulations.
Amazing, right? Thank you so much. But with a milestone of that magnitude, we want to look at how we've grown over the 85 years and how we've evolved. And that's what we want to continue to do those great things for our community. So we talk about a new era, a new chapter. We're going to continue to evolve, to continue to bring those great services, all the new technology and things like that to our membership. And the meaning in the logo, a lot went into it. It's more than just a symbol. It symbolizes who we are and who we are for the community.
Lovely. Okay, what does this new branding mean for the community and for your members?
Yeah, so we say business as usual, but it's great business, right? So we're still the same great Austin Telco. We're just ATFCU. We've got more vibrant colors and just doing great things for our community. And it'll be a slow rollout over the next year, but we'll still be here, still doing those great things for our members, keeping their interest in mind.
Sounds good to me, Pam. And if I may, can I just ask your personal opinion? How do you feel about the new overhaul?
I'm excited because it's great for us to grow, and even for me being there so long, it's exciting to see the growth of the credit union.
Remind me how many years?
39 years.
39 years. So of those 85, you've been here for a good chunk of it.
Almost half.
Oh, that's pretty impressive. And I think a refresh was in order and it looks absolutely fantastic.
Thank you so much.
Pam, thank you.
Absolutely.
To learn more about all of the services ATFCU has to offer, visit atfcu.org. The preceding portion of Studio 512 was sponsored by ATFCU. Amarin Rye Hospitality Group has several exciting guest chef collaborations this summer. Here with all the details is Service Manager Zenil Mondragon. Zenil,
hey,
good morning.
Thank you for having me. Good morning, everyone.
Yeah, it's nice to have you back in the studio. You've been with us before. Remind us, if you would, about Amarin Rye Hospitality, because we were just talking about Michelin Guide, and you guys have done well.
Yeah, we've been really fortunate that we've had a lot of great success in that. Amarin Rye Hospitality Group started and was founded with Amarin Rye on Rainey Street 10 years ago now. And so since then, we've grown across Austin, now having 6 total concepts in Austin and a few in San Antonio as well, with more to come.
Yeah, and talk to me about the Michelin Guide, because I feel like this is just such a bragging point.
No, totally. So the guide, introduced into Texas 2 years ago. That inaugural year, we were fortunate enough to have a few of our restaurants mentioned. Between Austin and San Antonio now, 11 total restaurants, and of those 11, 7 are in the Michelin Guide with either a recommend, Bib Gourmand, Green, or Michelin star. 3 of those have received their, rightfully earned Michelin star.
Amazing.
Feel good about it. Yeah.
And you say it's one of the most decorated hospitality groups in the country.
Yeah, absolutely. We feel really, really lucky. The systems are in place. The people are there too to help it happen. And we're just really proud of that accomplishment.
And you guys have such cool concepts. The last time I had you on was with Calimocho. Yeah, really cool places. Let's talk about your Amarin Rye's Breaking Bread series, if you don't mind.
Absolutely. We've always wanted to be a community-focused restaurant group. And with that, just getting to collaborate with other chefs and chef friends of ours within the city. So Breaking Bread started with that idea of inviting someone into our space. And what we do is we have chefs think of dishes in the Emmer and Rye lens, thinking of sustainability, our ethos of how we treat food, and have them introduce some dishes into our menu. And for that one night, the community gets to see our collaboration with other great minds in the city.
Cool.
Yeah, it's
so
really
cool. I love that. Okay, Azov's Meze Meshup series.
Yeah, so Azov is our only restaurant that has a brunch on the weekends, on Sunday mornings. And so we took that as an opportunity of inviting other either brunch sluggers in town or other friends that want to get creative with the brunch space because maybe they don't have that outlet in their restaurants, and to just do something fun, so that for the community, again, to have just something else to do on the weekend, to enjoy really beautiful food with really cool people doing it together.
And brunch is one of my, I think I speak for all of Austin when I say it's one of my favorite times.
It's certainly, yeah.
Perfect. And Hestia's Lone Star series. Talk to me about this.
Yeah, this one was super fun. Again, going back to that Michelin ceremony where we're all sitting in this room and across Texas, we just know so many people and we've been really fortunate of building those beautiful relationships. And so this series started with, let's invite all of the other 1 Michelin star restaurants from the Lone Star State to come in and do these really fun, intricate dinners. We did one with Leroy and Lewis last summer, which was super fun to give Evan Leroy kind of that platform to come in and do a really fun, like, coursed out dinner. He made a Frito pie oyster, which sounds outrageous, but it's certainly one of the best bites I've ever had.
Yeah, sounds really good to me. Okay, I want to ask you about your cocktail demo that you brought for us today. Everything Bagel Martini?
Everything Bagel Martini. So at Azov, we play with a lot of really bold flavors. So here what I have is gin that's been cured with Everything Bagel spices. So it's been marinating with all that beautiful flavor. And then we
so you've got garlicky, you've got
garlic,
sesame
we got the
seeds.
sesame seeds. We have a little bit of Nigella seeds, which is like a Mediterranean like poppy seed, for lack of a better term. And then vermouth that we infused with feta cheese.
Oh, wow.
So feta washed vermouth. And so what we did here is, oh, pardon me.
Yeah, we gotta
We
make sure we
gotta have
good stuff
everything on this martini.
Okay, so you just sprayed, which was fancy for me.
Yeah, totally.
What did you just
just
spray?
a little sugared salt solution to get all of our seasonings on that glass.
Lovely.
And then we're gonna top that here with our martini here. So yes, it will have like those beautiful garlic punch notes, that subtle flavor from the feta. And then there, you just have all those beautiful seasonings ready to go on the glass.
Gorgeous. I am going to try it because you said it's a flavor punch.
By all means.
Okay.
Yeah.
While I do that, why don't you talk to me?
I hope you don't have to talk to anyone closely after this.
I was going to say, this is the sort of thing that you wanted to have on a date. Like, both of you get it because you're going to have garlicky bread afterwards. While I take a sip, tell me how people can keep up with y'all at Emmer and Rye.
Sure thing. The best kind of place to find all of our information, yeah, I know. Emmer and Rye Hospitality Group page. It's killer. It's killer.
There's such a nice, I love a dry martini. This has that kind of oniony feel to it.
Exactly. It's like having your cocktail onion, having your little garlic on the martini already. Yeah, exactly.
It's like all the stuff that you get on the side.
Right, everything that you could stuff in an olive, like kind of already integrated into that. Of course, like for me, like I have this at any time for brunch. Of course, it's delicious. But honestly, this really just complements all the beautiful food that we have in the space.
That's amazing. Yeah. Okay, yeah, and so people keeping up with you, keeping up with all your concepts. You guys have so many things going on.
So many things going on. Emmer and Rye Hospitality Group page. On there, you'll be able to find all information of things happening in Austin as far as events within the restaurants, whether it is the mashups, Breaking Bread, the Lone Star Dinner series, and then of course other projects that we have coming down the line, as well as things that we have happening in San Antonio.
You guys have a lot on your plate.
A lot of it, yeah.
You like it that way, don't you?
Exactly. Plate's full, but the plate's big.
Zanil, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate it. That is a delicious cocktail, y'all. Guys, for more information, visit emmerhospitality.com. The following portion of Studio 512 is sponsored by Central Health. If you live in Travis County, you have access to resources from Central Health. Ted Burton is here to tell us more about the services and coverage this system offers. Ted, lovely to see you again. Let's remind everybody what Central Health is.
So Central Health is Travis County's public healthcare system. That includes community care and Sendero. We were created by Travis County voters to ensure that people with low income and without insurance have access to the best possible care. We're here to make sure that they can access primary care, behavioral health care, specialty care services, hospital care, the whole continuum of care, so they can live healthier and their families can live healthier.
What makes Central Health different from other healthcare systems?
So you probably know most healthcare systems are really designed to turn a profit. Central Health is built differently. We're built around people. We are investing in prevention so that people can get care sooner and not end up in the emergency room where care is more costly and sometimes just not appropriate. So we're there for that working mom who's managing her diabetes while caring for her family, that working individual who might be working long hours or 2 jobs and needs to see a primary care doctor but can't wait 2 weeks or a month.
How can someone who's on low income, for example, get access to care from you?
So there's a couple of ways. I would start by going to centralhealth.net. That's our website. They could also call 512-978-8130. And we're going to have someone there, a real life person, to help connect them, for example, to our medical access program. MAP is a health coverage program for people with low income that acts like insurance. We also have Sendero Health Insurance, which is our health insurance company, and they offer affordable, really high quality insurance coverage.
Okay. And anything else viewers right now who are watching should know, especially because we're instructing them today in everything that Central Health does?
I think it's important to know that we believe everyone deserves health care and coverage. And so we're doing work to make sure that happens. We're opening new clinics. We've added more than 30 new service lines for patients to make care available closer to home. And that's really important in Travis County. Someone in Travis County who lives east of I-35 may live 10 to 20 years less than someone who lives west of I-35. That's not acceptable. Your zip code should not determine your health outcomes. And so we're doing everything that we can to make care accessible, to make it affordable, and to make it the highest quality care possible.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much.
Learn more at centralhealth.net. The preceding portion of Studio 512 was sponsored by Central Health. Kids, of course, get to go to summer camp, but how about something for the adults this season? January We See with Texas Hill Country Wineries is here to talk about their first ever wine camp. So fun. Yes. January, good morning.
Yes, good morning, Rosie.
Remind us about the Texas Hill Country Wineries.
So Texas Hill Country Wineries is a nonprofit trade association for wineries in the Hill Country. We have 69 members now, and our job is to promote their wineries and their wines and their tasting rooms and increase visitorship.
It's amazing how many more partners you have every single year, and we continue to grow winery-wise in the Hill Country.
Yes, it's crazy, and there are so many out there that aren't members that are, making great Texas wines. They might just not fit our bylaws, and so, we've got 69, and there's almost 120 out there. It's crazy.
But you guys have the lion's share at this point, which is something to be said because you guys have access to lots of resources to help people kind of map their way out there. Because that's the thing is you kind of go out and get overwhelmed.
Yeah, there's a lot, especially if you don't know Texas wine and you are maybe new to tasting or new to Texas. There's, so many options. Are you looking for a place that's kid friendly or dog friendly or that has more red wines or more sweet wines? And so we have a lot of resources on our website that can help with that.
Which is amazing. Okay, you brought a couple of partner wines today. Talk to me about the first one that we're going to actually taste. This is with Kerrville Hills.
Yes, Kerrville Hills is in Kerrville. They've actually moved their tasting room down to a really cute little house on the Schreiner University property, which is really cool. I brought you the Peak Pool Blanc. Cheers to you. This is one of the wines that they'll be sharing at camp on Saturday. My theme.
Oh, I really like it actually. I'm not much of a white wine drinker,
really?
But yeah, this is really good. I like the little bit of tannic whatever is happening that's making my mouth water a bit.
So they actually call Peak Pool the lip stinger.
The lip stinger, I can see why.
So it's perfect. Yeah.
So they're going to be at the camp, and we'll get
Yes.
to the camp a little bit more in just a second. Secondly, Peter's Prairie. Tell me a
Peters
bit about
Prairie,
them.
Yes, so that's one of our new wineries, brand new. They joined a couple of months ago. They're out in Mason, our first member winery out in Mason.
Wow.
Which has a great group of wineries out there. Mason, the town, is really cute, so we're really excited to have them on board. And we brought the Barbera from them this morning.
Or farther north than I thought we went.
Yeah.
Quite frankly, as far as Texas Hill Country wineries go.
So the Hill Country is actually defined by the AVA. The AVA is defined by the TTB, and we're really lucky to have those boundaries. We go all the way out to like Vanderpool, Lost Maples Park. We used to have a winery out there, and then all the way up to San Saba, and then of course down to that top loop in San Antonio, and then all the way over to 183 in Austin. So we cover a huge area, and it does go pretty far west.
Yeah, I'm pretty impressed by that. Okay, last one that we wanted to mention today is Wedding
Yes.
Oak, which I have heard of.
Yes, so Wedding Oak, they actually are based in San Saba with the winery, but they have 2 other locations, one in Fredericksburg and one in Burnett, so you can visit them all over the Hill Country.
that makes that
And we
easier.
brought their brand new Graciano, which I think is just getting released.
Okay,
so.
Graciano, what is the flavor profile there?
Well, for me, I'm not big on flavor profiles. I am big on pairings.
Okay,
So
I'll take that.
So this is it's a deeper red wine. It's a bigger red wine for me. So I'm going to pair that with like a barbecue or burger or
Grilling
something
out.
like that, just to kind of bring that down for me.
Oh, I like the pairing of the two. Okay, Wine Camp, we've been teasing it. Let's talk a little bit about it. So exciting.
We're so excited to do this. We've been talking about it for a couple of years. We host an annual symposium for industry, and we have a couple of days of, education and networking, and we thought, why not do that for consumers? So it is July 17 through 19. We're hosting at 3 locations. Friday night, we'll do a kickoff dinner at Carter Creek. And then Saturday, we'll spend all day at Becker. We'll start in the vineyard. We have a blind tasting session. We have a wine and cheese and charcuterie board pairing session. We're going to end with a tour of Becker's winery, and then we'll have a barbecue dinner. And then Sunday, we'll close out with a sparkling brunch and a judging session where people will learn how to actually judge wines and how that process works.
Well, that's the fanciest part, right? Is because a lot of us, there's kind of like a barrier to entry for wine, but to be on the other side of it and to say your flavor palette like really means something. Why don't you taste these wines and give them a judge? I think that's really cool.
Yeah, I'm excited. I actually pulled up the judging sheet that's part of that, session yesterday and for printing, and was looking at all of the detail on there and the things that they judge, from color to, how it sits in the glass. And I was just like, I'm excited to listen to that.
And to learn a little bit more. It sounds like it's going to be a really educational weekend. Not only that, it's a little bit of fun. Look at
So
this.
fun.
This is a little name tag.
Yeah, those are going to be our name tags for everybody. So we'll have those pre-made, and they get to get their names on them and hopefully take them home as a keepsake.
I think it's such a cute little nod to it being camp, which is really cool. So how can people get involved?
Yeah, so check out our website, texashillcountrywineries.org. And right there, when you open the website, there's a pop-up that will take you to all of our summer events, which is camp, and then we have summer passport as well. And then you can purchase your tickets there. There's a full weekend pass or individual day. If you can't come all weekend and you just want to come Friday, we'd love to have you.
Okay, sounds good to me. And just in our last 30 seconds, anything else you want to mention, including that passport event?
Yeah, so we do have Summer Season Pass, which is our first annual summer pass. It's a 3-month pass that started on June 1st, ends August 31st. So that's a great way to get out and explore the wineries. We have almost 40 wineries participating.
Wow.
It's just $100 for a couple.
So this is like the 1-month passport now
Yes,
extended.
exactly.
Very clever,
Yeah,
and still time to
yeah,
get in. So
yeah.
really cool stuff happening January. Thank you.
Thank you.
We appreciate it. Okay, get tickets online and see other upcoming events. They've got a lot going on, y'all, at TexasHillCountryWineries.org.
paddle is a sport currently taking over Austin, and joining us now is the founder and CEO of Paddle 39 in East Austin, Will Boyce. Good morning, Will. How are you?
Good morning. I'm doing great. Thanks for having me.
Of course. Okay, so tell me a little bit about Paddle 39 and where this idea came from.
Yeah, for sure. So Paddle 39 was founded obviously around the sport of paddle, but also around community and wellness. I used to move a lot the last 15 years, and I saw the growth of paddle in the rest of the world, and I just wanted to be a part of the people that were bringing it to the US. So when I started, there was only 200 courts. Now there's about 1,000 courts in the US, and Paddle 39 was also built around community. It felt like there was not really like a third space, a modern country club for the late 20s to late 40s, a place where the young professionals wanted to spend time, hang out, meet new people. And so that's why Paddle 39 come to life, and that's how we brought in the sports bar, the wellness, the locker room, the sauna, the cold plunges, and so forth.
Yeah, a kind of catch-all destination in a lot of ways. Now, for people that are unfamiliar, explain paddle to me a little bit, and then also why you think it's just expanded and exploded globally so much.
For sure. I think it's such a fun sport, first of all. Like, it's really easy to pick up, just like pickleball. I know pickleball is more familiar for a lot of people. It's just as easy to pick up as pickleball, but it's also just as fun and challenging to master as tennis. There's a lot of dimension to it. Like, people compare, like, tennis is like checkers, and some people say paddle is like chess.
Yeah.
It really has that tactical component to it. What's amazing about paddle is every time you are done with playing a game, you will have an amazing shot you remember. The contacting point feels amazing. You'll always have great shot because you have the walls right behind you. So it's honestly fun sport to play and challenging sport to master, but it also has that great feeling of contact, and it's a good workout.
Yeah.
I mean, the balls are like, you're surrounded by walls, so the balls are not far from you to pick up, so the points go on and on and on, so your mind doesn't start racing somewhere else. You're always focused on the point. So yeah, you should come try it out if you haven't.
I will, and I like this because it seems like it's easy to pick up, but it's a little bit intense where you can get that competitive edge out as well. So there's like kind of a lot happening with it, which I think is cool. Now, you guys just opened up your newest location in East Austin.
Correct.
And it's stunning. I mean, you can see the whole skyline from the court. So I'm curious, like, how do we land on this location, and what do you think makes it so unique?
Like, for us, it's just, I mean, we study every markets we go into. We're expanding nationwide right now, and when we look at a market, we want to be where our demographic lives or our demographic works, and East Austin was doing just that. Like, there is, I mean, obviously everyone is welcome at Paddle 39, all age groups, but like whether late 20s to late 40s, they're spending time in, like, they love hanging out in East Austin, whether they're working, hanging out, or work, or just living there. And so that's why East became a focus for us. And when you had the intersection of East 5th and Springdale, it's hard to get any better than that. We're surrounded by fantastic businesses. All of the neighbors have great concepts. And so when I came across this site, we need space. Like, paddle courts are much smaller than tennis court, but we definitely need space to set up this. I mean, it's you say it's a beautiful space, so I'll repeat it as well. But yeah, it is. It takes space, but it takes a lot of love and a lot of like care to make sure it becomes beautiful, and you have to build it in the right address of town. And for us, East Austin was doing this.
Yeah, for sure. You mentioned East 5th. There's also like your coffee shop component to this, which is East 5th Coffee, and you've got a sports bar, a lot of beautiful places to sit and hang out, all these amazing things. How did you go about building up the components of the business outside of the paddle courts? Because you really want it to be a place people come and hang out and stay.
Yeah, like, the whole business model, like thinking about it also like through the lens of like business side, was we don't want people to just come and spend an hour and a half at Paddle 39. Like, we don't want it to be transactional, where they just come and go. We wanted a place where people can meet new friends, can meet new partners, friends, whatever that might be, and just they want to stay longer. That's becoming their social spaces. So when you start thinking about this in those lenses, you say, okay, what do our people, our community likes to do as well? Do they enjoy watching sports? And the answer was yes. Do they also enjoy like having a drink every so often? And the answer was yes. So the sports bar became an evidence quite early on in the foundation of our business.
Yeah.
And then when you also think about, we also have a gym there, Method 39, where like we have wellness, where we have like high rocks, like hybrid fitness type of workout. And that also became an evidence, like our people like to take care of just the fitness in general and
Yeah.
making sure they stay active. So we also brought that concept. And the coffee is just perfect. I mean, East Austin is such a great neighborhood, as you mentioned, and we still had a bit more space in the building. And so we thought, okay, we a lot of the people in the team, we have a hospitality director that does a fantastic job, and it just felt like that was the right fit for that part of town. So we would build that coffee program, and we're excited to welcome East Austinite to that coffee shop as well.
Well, we're excited for people to check this out. Will, thank you so much for being here. Paddle 39. People need to go and see it. So for memberships, how to book a court, all kinds of information, visit paddle39.com.
The following portion of Studio 512 is sponsored by Empower Kids Drop-In Childcare. Flexible childcare in Lakeway for when parents need it most. We're talking about Empower Kids Drop-In today with Janique Dr. J. Moore and Nina Garcia. Nina, what makes Empowered Kids different from something like traditional daycare?
It's something different every single day. It's the flexibility versus traditional care. Traditional care is you're signing into something, you pay whether you use it or not. Drop-in care is a little bit different. It could be you want a parents' night out and we're here in the evening. We're open longer than traditional childcare hours, so it's something different every single day. But the biggest thing is we're meeting last minute needs for parents that need us out there in the community.
Dr. J, I want to ask you about what what inspired you to start Empower Kids?
I have been in the community for 10 years now with Empower Family Chiropractic, and it was really that it's my world as a working mom. But once I had my second child, my family actually, they were no longer in town. We were not expecting that. It was a mom struggle, and then I started getting into again the affordability. This could be way more affordable than again paying for full-time childcare that you don't need full-time. Having somewhere fun that even as a parent, it's like I can trust that they're being taken care of. We're licensed, we're full-time licensed, we have licensed professionals. It's reliable care.
So what kind of parents or families would benefit most from something like Empower Kids?
Yeah, I can speak the strongest towards the working families. Stay-at-home moms. This last season of being on maternity leave, I was loving the opportunity, but now I'm like, whoa, I really need like 2 hours to just decompress without feeling guilty about it.
That's amazing. Nina, what can parents expect when they bring their child for the very first time to the center?
What I bring, I think, for my team is just warm, loving, motherly care for them, and that's just get them in and get them distracted and say, let's come in, let's play, let's look at the ball pit room. Usually once I get them in there, it's easy, it's down here from there.
Dr. J, last question for you. How can families get started with Empower Kids?
Yes, as far as registration, what that looks like, we make it easy by being able to do that online. With that, we need your standard childcare registration. After that, we ask that you immediately download our app. You can buy passes, day passes, our camps. We're in summer camp season right now. Download that app. You can do everything that you need to do, communicate with the center, everything through the app.
Thank you both so much
Thank
for your
you.
time.
Thank you.
Register today at empowerkidsdropin.com. The preceding portion of Studio 512 was sponsored by Empower Kids Drop-In Childcare. We have a lot of fun here on Studio 512. If you missed any of our great segments, be sure to check out our website where we like to post the fun things we do. Our feed covers content like arts and entertainment, food and drink, fashion and beauty, home and garden, stuff for kids and pets, as well as information from area experts. In addition, you can check out web-exclusive content that you can only find on Studio512TV.com. We also love to post behind-the-scenes funny moments, outfit inspirations, and more on social media. Find us by searching for Studio 512 on your favorite platform. You don't want to miss a single post. Be sure to follow us, check out our website, and watch us every weekday at 11 a.m. right here on CW Austin. Coffee Milk Media and Austin PBS are teaming up for a live studio taping of something called The Pause, which aims to create an open conversation about menopause and midlife women's health. Executive producer Kiosha LaFleur-Anders and wellness educator Gabriela Espinosa are here to tell us more about it. And I'm glad we are having the conversation about the conversation. Y'all, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Lovely to have you both. Kiosha, tell us about the project. What's the mission here?
The mission is to make sure that women feel like they are not alone. I think that's the biggest thing when they walk through the doors, being greeted by other people, other women there that are going through the same thing, and then hearing the information. I think at the foundation of it all is for them to feel relief. I'm not crazy. You know, I'm not going through this by myself, and I think we are going to kill that on Friday.
You said some of this applies to your own life experience. You at some point said, I feel crazy, or I feel alone.
Yeah, because for me, 2 years ago, I just remember going to, I think I was at a gala or something, and I had a sip of wine, and two older ladies, almost back to back, that didn't know each other. I was sweating so hard, and they went, "You're in perimenopause." I had never heard of perimenopause before. They first asked me my age, and I was like, "What is that?" So that started me like really being curious about it, and then just having conversations with different women about, yeah, I'm going through this, I'm going through that, and we all felt like we were going crazy. So I've been dreaming this up for a couple of years. I'm just glad that it's all coming together.
Well, congratulations
Thank
on making it come
you.
together. And I know that you were trying to be behind the scenes,
Yes.
but you ended up getting shoved right out in
Yes,
front because you're
I
going to be the
was.
host.
I know, yeah, executive producer and just producing it that was at the top of my list. But I'm so glad my husband was like, hey, you're actually going through this too, so your lived experience can be added to this. And so, yeah, that's the biggest part, because as the host and as the creator, I want to be like, hey, me too. I'm going through this too. You're not by yourself, and we're going to openly talk about this together and build community.
Gabriela, why did you want to get involved in this project?
Well, Rosie, I'm sure you know that menopause has one of the worst PR campaigns in history.
We're changing that now.
It's been shrouded in shame, silence, and stigma for far too long. And I'm committed to changing the narrative. And that's what The Pause is all about. We're going to offer women community, information, and real conversations so that we can normalize the conversation around menopause and they feel empowered, informed, and less alone.
Yes.
I like the word informed because we were talking off camera. You had never heard the word perimenopause. It's only been the last 5 years that I've heard it for me. I didn't know it was a stage you could go through, but it makes a lot of sense once we start learning about it. So Gabriela, talk to us about your background working with women who are of this age.
Yeah, I've been a women's health coach for over 20 years, and I'm now an educator, an advocate, and host of the podcast Pleasure in the Pause. And every week I have the privilege, like you do, of sitting down with medical experts, researchers, real life women sharing their stories. And what I've learned is menopause is not something to be feared. When we have the right information, the right evidence-based care and support, everything changes.
That's wonderful to hear, but I do feel like we want to point out menopause or perimenopause might look different for every single person sitting in a single room. Is that correct?
Yes, absolutely. Everyone experiences menopause differently, and the solutions, it's not a one-size-fits-all. So you have to empower yourself with the knowledge, adopt the healthy lifestyle habits, and seek the right type of care.
Okay, all right, yeah, and this is really a question I want to ask both of you is what do you see about, what's the biggest piece that's missing from the conversation around perimenopause today? Where are we going wrong? I want to start with you.
I think one of the biggest pieces is, which is why this is so important for me, the multicultural, multi-generational piece.
And the multi-generational piece is something you're bringing in.
Yeah, it's important because, to Gabriela's point, we're all experiencing it differently. And we often say our parents or grandparents didn't prepare us for it, but there's so much they didn't know.
Right.
And this generation, we're learning more, and so we want our daughters, and not just our daughters. I want to make it clear that everybody is welcome to the show. All the males in our lives, everybody, because we all need to know what's happening. But the multi-generational piece is important because we need to extend grace to the generations before us that did not know, and then prepare the generations that are following. And on the multicultural side, women of color are experiencing it differently, right? Black women are experiencing it differently. Latinas are experiencing it differently. So we have this kind of multicultural, multi-generational conversation to let women know you know, regardless of your background, hey, this is something that you're going to go through, if not already, and this is how to prepare yourself by being informed, right?
And giving grace to those who came before, I think, is so important because medicine has changed in that amount of time, let alone the stigmas, something that you may not have grown up with and therefore didn't know how to repeat or not repeat. Lots of things happening there. Any parts of the conversation that you want to mention, Gabriella?
Well, yeah, menopause is more than just hot flashes. It can impact our sleep, our mental health, our relationships, our work, and how we show up in the world. And so there is some good news. With the right evidence-based care and support, menopause doesn't have to mean an ending. It really can mean the beginning of a new chapter in our lives.
And the grace to age, the grace to not be afraid of moving into this next chapter of our lives, because it's going to be an important one. We're lucky to get to go there, quite frankly.
Exactly.
Kiosha, just last question, where can we see this special?
So Austin PBS is the perfect partner. Just want to look in the camera for that. They are amazing. So this is actually going to be airing in October for Menopause Awareness Month. And we're just very excited about that. The way that they have partnered with us to make sure that women are educated about it all, it's just great.
But there's a live taping.
There's a live taping. The live taping is this Friday, July 10th. It's the doors open at 6. We start taping at 7 o'clock. And tickets are on sale now.
Sounds good to me, guys. Thank you both so much for what you're contributing to the conversation.
Thank you.
And I'm excited to see what comes of it. Thank you for your time. Okay, get tickets online and use code PAUSE10 for $10 off, guys, at coffeemilkmedia.com. Hey, we are happy to be able to offer you some help if you're out there searching for jobs. KXAN has partnered with ZipRecruiter to help you find thousands of job openings in Austin and around the country. Just go to kxan.com/jobs where you can search thousands of new postings every single day. Check it out right now and get started on the path to your next career.